Hello everyone, thanks for being here. So in this next video, I'm going to show you the sequence of operation and how everything starts. So basically, as you see, remember we said on the error code, when it's steady red, remember there's here, you can see it, right? I hope you can see it. When it's a steady red, that means the furnace is by standby, no heat, no cool, no fan, nothing. So that means it's good. So if you look through this side glass and you see this red LED, just steady red, it means steady on, it means normal operation. So that means you're not calling for heat or anything. Now remember, you have to have the cover here in order to have this running. Otherwise, you have to put the magnet or tape on the safety switch. So now I'm going to call for heat, and let me see if it comes on. This thermostat has a delay, like 3-4 minutes. So I'm going to have to bypass it. It takes time. So I'm going to jump, basically what the thermostat does on heat mode, it jump R and W. So I'm going to jump R and W, and then the furnace will come on. Now see, first, the control board will send the power to the inducer motor. See, it's running. This is a draft inducer motor that usually it pushes all the combustion into the chimney. Then the pressure switch will make sure that the vacuum pressure is healthy, and then it will send a signal to the control board, hey, you can ignite. And then the igniter, I don't know if you can see it. Yes. See how it's glowing? Then the igniter, these are steps, okay? The igniter will come on for like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. In the meantime, the control board will ignite the gas valve to send the gas, like now. You see that? So that's the operation. And now, what the flame sensor is doing constantly, every second, or maybe 3-4 seconds, is sending a signal to the control board that the gas that is feeding the furnace is not raw and unfired, is fired. So that means it tells the control board, okay, keep going, keep the gas valve open, I'm good. And then the blower will come on. Now let me show you why we're doing this. As I was telling you guys, technicians, I recommend after you tape the safety switch to remove the tape and leave it normally open till you put the cover, because look, watch, you have a shopping bag, right? Watch. See it's gonna go into the thing. Look. See that? So, see how it's sucking it. A lot of time I go to a customer, they tell me it's making some weird noise, there's not enough air, and I put my hand into the blower wheel, I find a lot of bags, paper, because, I don't know, somebody forgot the safety switch bypass with the tape or something, and they didn't put the panel perfectly. It was loose and it fell. And if it's only bags and paper, it's okay. I mean, somehow they're gonna call you, gonna go fix it. But who knows, if they have a cat and the cat goes in there, it's gonna be hurt. Or a kid put his hand in there, it's a high voltage. So I recommend, guys, always don't leave the tape on the safety switch. So now we're gonna go in the reverse. Okay, now let me see. I'm gonna disconnect from the thermostat. I'm gonna turn it off. So as you see, the first thing that's gonna happen, the control board will disengage the gas valve, as you see. The control board will say, hey, we have enough heat. And first they're gonna stop the gas flow. Then this will stop. It will run for a little bit just to purge all the heat from the heat exchanger and make sure all the fume is gone. And the inducer will stop. And then the blower will stop. So usually blower is always the last step, either at the beginning or later. As you see, the blower, the main air circulator came at the last moment. Okay, so while I'm showing you this, I'm going to stimulate one scenario where the pressure switch, remember we were talking about it, the pressure switch is stuck open. So we're going to do this right now, right after this. So basically, I have a plier where you can strip the wire, but without cutting it, so you have a space to put your alligator clamp. So I'm gonna wait till the blower. Actually, we don't have time, so I'm gonna stop it. Now let's say we're gonna call for heat, right? And the pressure switch did not open, as I told you, it's supposed to be normally open. So let's call for heat, okay, while we're waiting. So let me see, I'm gonna try to turn from here, but again, it has a relay, it takes time. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump R and W, and I will show you the code when the pressure switch that's supposed to be open when the furnace is off, and now it's closed. So I'm gonna turn it on. Let's see if we get the code. So usually nothing's gonna happen. Even the blower, the inducer doesn't come on. It will give you the code. Let me see if you can see the light. See, it's 2 flashes, as I was telling you. That means the pressure switch is stuck, closed, right? Now, as soon as I release it, believe it or not, usually the switch is stuck inside. As soon as I release it, the AC will come. The heat will come on. Watch. Okay, so as I was telling you earlier, I'm gonna stop it quickly, and I'll show you what you have to do. Usually, there's a screw in here. You can remove this guy. Now, my suggestion to you guys is always buy a new pressure switch, leave it handy, leave it by the furnace. I lost the screw. So usually, as I was telling you, push on it in and out. Sometimes you hear a small click. Don't blow too hard, just a little bit so you can feel. There is a diaphragm inside, like a rubber one. You're gonna just bring it, bounce it back and forth. Hopefully it's gonna release. So you can go like this. You can hear the click. Just wanna make sure my mic is on. So that helps sometimes. And then you put it back, right? And I'm gonna have to steal one screw from here because I lost my other screw. And you put it back, and then what you're gonna do, actually I forgot one thing. There's a small connection here that, excuse my language, we call it a connection nipple. If you can find a wire and you poke it, sometimes it could be restricted. Just poke it. A lot of time I have to poke this guy. So if you have a fine wire, steel wire, poke it, because if that nipple is not open, the pressure switch will not sense any pressure. Okay. And then other thing you can do, hopefully don't go too hard. Just hit on it, like this. Sometimes it can release. I'm just talking about 2 flashes when the pressure switch stuck closed. Okay. And then again, you can cheat it. I will show you how to cheat it, as I was telling you earlier. So let's say I called for heat, right? Let's say I called for heat, and we said what jumped, right? So let's say we called for heat, and let's say it was jumped. So I jumped it. Now we called for heat. Now, as you see, you're gonna have 2 flashes like normal. Now, what you're gonna do, again, this jumping, I'm doing it. I'm stimulating closed switch. But imagine it's inside the pressure switch. So we're gonna stimulate. It's closed. It didn't open after we did the operation, right? So we're gonna go one more time. Now it's closed. You're gonna have the imagine that jumper that I'm doing manually, it's inside the thing. So basically what you can do, this is another pressure switch. If you see that click, that 2 flashes, just remove this, right? You remove it. So basically your stimulate is open. Again, just so you can have some heat. Basically if you remove this, it's same like I removed this, right? So now we can have heat and put it back. But again, after the heat stops, it's gonna do the same thing. You have to remove it again, just so you can have heat for like at night if it's too late. Okay, so we got the pressure switch. Now let me show you how to. I think you saw how I can remove it, put it back. Usually there's a screw in here, and these switches. While it doesn't matter if you mess up, they go anywhere. So I think that's it for the pressure switch, and we're gonna go for the next one. Okay.